Hi, I'm Sam, and I chose to do my book report on this book. It's called The Reason I Jump. It was written by a 13-year-old boy from Japan in 2007, and he's a completely nonverbal autistic boy, and he learned to express himself through an alphabet grid, and the book was translated into English in 2013. Um, so Naoki writes this book, and he is charming, very self-aware, kind of humorous in his writing, and it makes the book really enjoyable to read. It's a lot of information. He answers about 60 questions throughout the book that were asked by a neurotypical person, and it's a lot of questions like the main questions that neurotypical people probably have about autism, and he gives very thorough answers. Some of the questions are things like, why do people with autism talk so loudly and weirdly? Another question is, why don't you make eye contact when you talk? And another question example is, what is the reason you jump? And he just provides a lot of insightful information that really it's really useful. I think a lot of people probably haven't thought about autism in this way before, from the mind of someone who actually is suffering from it. So I think this book could be very useful for anyone who is suffering, who knows anyone who's suffering from autism or has any family member who's suffering from autism. Because for me, I have a 15-year-old brother who has autism, and this book really helped me feel like I understand him better. And I have a lot of clients that I work with who have autism, and it really helped me to have some more patience because just after reading this book and knowing everything that all the challenges that autistic people face on a daily basis, it's just life is just so much harder for them than any hard day that I have when I'm working with children with autism. So that was really something that helped me. And I also think that people, even who aren't affected by autism, if they don't have a sibling or family member or work with people with autism, anyone should just read this book because it's really useful information. And I think that if someone who doesn't know a lot about autism did decide to read this book, they may be more inclined to become friends with someone with autism, and I think that would be really a beautiful thing. That was one of the author's goals that he stated when he was writing this book, that he just hopes that people will be able to understand autism better and maybe more likely to be friends with someone who has autism.